There's a new man in charge of Knoxville High School football, but he's no stranger to the Blue Bullets. A 2002 Knoxville graduate and for the past several years an assistant coach at his alma mater, Marty Turner was named the new head football coach at Knoxville at Monday's school board meeting. He replaces another former Blue Bullet, Ryan Hebard, who resigned the post in December. Marty, congratulations, and thanks for joining me on WGIL.
Thanks, Jay. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. So Knoxville, they keep it in the family, hiring another former Blue Bullet. Obviously, you don't go out necessarily trying to do that, but what's it mean to have a former player, coach come back, as far as continuity?
Well, first and foremost, I want to just thank a few people in the process. I want to thank my wife and my kids. My wife's been a rock for a long time, through me coaching for, 20 plus years. She's been a rock, and her support's been immeasurable. I truly couldn't do it without her, so, and then I got two sons that are, coming up through the schools in Knoxville, and they take pride in their school and their sports and in our community, Gentry and Paxton. And, they make me proud every single day. And then another huge thank goes out to all the coaches that I've been lucky enough to be on staff with, over 20 plus years, and the other assistant coaches I've been on staff with. Those people have helped support me and get me to this position. And I'm proud and honored to be lucky enough to accept the position. And like you had mentioned, Knoxville's a special place. I've lived there my whole life. I went to school there. And it's just always been a dream of mine ever since I was a little kid, to be honest.
Okay. So tell me about the hiring process. Was there any hesitation going for the job when Ryan announced last month that he was stepping down?
No, when, he had a meeting with us as a staff and kind of let us know where his head was and what his intentions were. And then him and I had a few private conversations, and I had his support, and, being on his staff has been great the last 4 years. And, I was an assistant with him for years before that when I was at Knoxville, and he's just been great through the whole process. He's been a great mentor. He's been a great friend and a great leader for our program. I'm just another stepping stone in the Knoxville history. There's been a lot of Knoxville football before me, and there'll be a lot of Knoxville football after me. I'm just excited for getting on the field and helping the kids out.
Talk about the interview process. How did that go? I don't know, how many interviews did you have to have, and what did you hear from the administration that, made you feel comfortable taking the job?
Yeah. The interview process, started with, just submitting a letter of interest and your resume type stuff. And then got together and sat down with the committee of Mr. Mize, the principal, and Mr. Weedman, the athletic director. And then they had Coach Dennis Larson on the committee as well, who's Hall of Fame coach at Knoxville and Abingdon, and not only Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame person,
Right.
So being able to get in the room with those guys, and, the whole process has kind of been weird for me because, 20 years as assistant coach, it's been all about getting on the field, coaching players up, supporting the head coach any way I can. And then this process has been about, selling myself and promoting myself. And I'm just kind of excited that the process is over so I can get back to making it about the kids, getting a staff around me that wants to support the kids and coach kids up, and get back to, making it about the kids was the reason I got into the profession in the first place.
Yeah. So how many years as an assistant overall?
I just completed my 20th year. I started in 2004 at Knoxville. I was a junior at Monmouth College at the time, and Toby Valles was the head coach at that time and had reached out to me, and I started coaching junior high and doing some defensive back work for him. And Coach Hebard was on that staff then too, as an assistant. And then Coach Dennis Larson was on the staff, and Coach Larson's son, Greg, was on staff. So I was able to be around a lot of great coaches early on. And then I got my teaching job at Galesburg, and I continued to coach there at Knoxville for a few years. And then Coach Doherty was here at Galesburg and reached out to me, and we had some conversations, and I was lucky enough to join his staff, and Coach Doherty's Hall of Fame coach, and the amount of materials I was able to retain and learn from him, both on and off the field, is just been so helpful through this whole process. And I was lucky enough to then stay on with Coach Washaball for a few years there. He was head coach, taking over for Coach Doherty. And then after the COVID season, I went back and started coaching there in Knoxville under Coach Hebard. And, it's just been a great process, being around guys like Brad Swanson that's went on to be a varsity head coach, Ryan Mullick's a head baseball coach at United, coach with Derek Blackwell, Kelly Kane, Sean Kane, Mark Reed, Sean Maston, Greg Larson, Greg Ritz, Andy Flesher. I mean, I'm probably leaving some people out, but so, and in there, I named 3 or 4 Hall of Fame coaches and
Right.
2 or 3 that might end up being Hall of Fame coaches. So to be around that many great coaches is just, I'm extremely lucky.
Yeah. So a longtime assistant, at what point did you think, maybe have an idea that you wanted to be a head coach?
When I first came out of college, I thought I knew a lot more football than what I did.
Yeah.
And I thought I was ready to be a head coach then. And now that I've, been lucky enough to be an assistant under all these great people and learn, I was just fine being an assistant coach, because my joy is working with the kids and doing the huddle work behind the scenes. And that's what I really, really love doing. And I've been smart enough to pay attention on all these staffs and notice the things that the head coaches have to do, with fundraising and promoting your program and those kind of things. So I've been taking mental notes. It's like anything else. You take the really good things that you learn from those people and the bad things. And like I said in my interview process, I can't be any of those people. I just got to use those really valuable tools they provided me with.
Okay. We're talking to Marty Turner, the new head football coach at Knoxville High School. You kind of talked about this, but what excites you about having your own program?
I'm extremely excited to be a head coach in my own community where I grew up. It's a deep rooted passion of, football in Knoxville. It's a community event. It's the band, the cheerleaders, the dance team, the motorcycles come in and lead the team, you rev the team up, coming on the field. And it's just really valued in the whole community. The football team and everything that goes along with it. And that's been the biggest thing for me is how the football program is valued in the community.
Okay. What style of football will we see from a Marty Turner coach team?
Well, we're gonna hope physicality, block, tackle, and be physical at the point of attack. Like those are going to be things that we preach day in and day out. The foundation of our program is going to be in the weight room. Coach Hebard's done a fantastic job over his years in the weight room. And I'm lucky enough that he's going to help continue support me in the weight room. Maybe I can get him on the field some too. And, so the foundation is going to be in the weight room, and then we got to carry the weight room strength over the field. And if we can run the football and stop the run, that's the key at any level, in my opinion.
What various positions or duties have you had as an assistant? I mean, are you pretty well rounded, offense, defense? Do you lean one way or the other?
Well, I started off coaching defensive backs, and then when I got on with Coach Doherty, I was JV coach there at Knoxville for a few years too, and I was mostly focusing on the offensive side then. And then when I got on with Coach Doherty's staff, I was coaching defensive backs and running backs and receivers. And that, just helped make me more well-rounded. And then eventually I became the full-time DB coach and a varsity assistant. But a few years there coaching JV under Coach Doherty at Galesburg, I was a JV coach, and I had to call the offense, the defense, and the special teams for about 2 or 3 year period. Just we were low on numbers and staff and where we needed guys. So it kind of got thrown to the wolves there, and it's been a major benefit to me to kind of have a little bit of experience doing a little bit of all that. The last few years, all 3 years under Coach Washbaugh as defense coordinator. And then when I went back with Coach Hebard, I've been defense coordinator for the last 3 years, and then help with the special teams as well. So I'd say defense and special teams is where I've been the last few years, but I have experience in, all three phases.
Right. Obviously, you don't stick around for 20 years and not be liked by kids, and not necessarily liked, but respected. What do you feel makes you a good coach, just overall?
That was a question in the interview process. And I, one of the most valued things I've had over my years is just the relationships I've been able to build with the kids and other coaches on staff. Just a few weeks ago, I ran into an old player at Galesburg. It's an adult now and has kids himself. And, he gave me a handshake and a big hug and said, "Nice to see you, coach." And that, it warms your heart, when you have those experiences that, an adult still calling you coach from your years, 10, 15 years before that.
How do you see your coaching staff shaping up?
Well, that's my first step here, is to kind of start building a staff, start having conversations with coaches we've had on staff the last few years. And I've kind of started the ball rolling on that. And then, I've named a lot of good coaches I've been on staff with. So I got some people I want to reach out with too, that are there in town. Some people that have been, previous head coaches other places, and assistant coaches other places, but people that value kids, people that value Knoxville are the people I'm going to be pursuing.
Okay. So the Blue Bullets are coming off a 2-7 season that snapped a streak of 10 straight playoff appearances. How do things look for the 2025 team, and what do you have coming back?
We lost a lot of seniors off this year's squad. Our numbers at the lower levels have been low. So we got to get in there and recruit the hallways. I got a lot of friends that are teachers and coaches there in the school. So got to get more kids out in the program and get them excited about Knoxville football, because it's such a important thing, and we just got to keep grinding and getting the kids excited about being a part of the program.
Okay. Finally, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to, it's pretty fresh, if you've had a chance to meet with the team, but if you did, or when you will, what will be your early message to the team when you meet with them?
First and foremost, I'm going to meet with them here later this week. And first and foremost is hammering home the weight room and the accountability in the weight room. And then my next step, as far as with the team, I'm going to start my captain's process, and I'm going to change that up a little bit from what I've done in years past, or been involved with in years past, and make that more leadership based, and have like an interview process and have a committee, kind of what I've went through to be the head coach, to be a leader of the team, and then let the team set the goals for the season. And then my job is to help lead them to what their goals are. I've had my years of playing. It's not what my goals are. It's what it's their season, and it's my job to help lead them to what their goals are.
Okay. How excited are you to get started?
I'm super pumped. I'm ready to hit the ground running.
I'm sure you've probably been playing this over in your mind, not only to go through the interview, but just like what you're going to be doing. I mean, it's probably just kind of like, where do I, not necessarily where do you start, but it's like, you're probably just excited just to get everything going.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of phone calls and text messages I've had the last few weeks with, Coach Washaball, Coach Doherty, Coach Hebard, Coach Vallas, and countless others, and like I said at the beginning, their support and my friends and family. I mean, my wife said last night, your phone's blowing up. I said, I know. It's such a good feeling.
Yeah. How do you think it'll feel? I mean, obviously, you're going to be going through several months here, but how's it going to feel next August when the lights are on and you kick off?
I think kind of like it is for any player, the nerves are going to set in, but once that first kickoff goes off, then you're just in game mode, and you start trying to execute the game plan.
Okay, Marty, again, congratulations on becoming the new head football coach at Knoxville High School. I know you're eager to get started, and wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thanks a lot, Jay. I appreciate you having me.
You're welcome.